Are you ready to think ink? When selecting from the Close to My Heart color palette, you can find the hue that is perfect for you. Choose from one of the 40 bold, pastel, or neutral colors in either pigment ink or dye ink, plus Colonial White and White Daisy in pigment ink. The choice is yours. Just think about how you want it to come out on your project. So, how opaque do you want your ink to be? Do you want to blend or lighten the ink? Do you need the ink to dry quickly? Now, dye-based ink delivers a fast drying image that is also going to absorb into your cardstock very quickly. And because it's water soluble, it blends very easily with our blending pen. It dries almost instantly and it creates a variety of look. It is a classic solution to most of your stamping needs. But if you want a rich, lush stamped image, you are going to love the thicker formulation of pigment inks sold in our smaller squares. Pigment inks actually rest on top of the paper instead of being entirely absorbed. They're also color and light fast so that they're great on projects that might have some exposure to light. Now note that when you're using pigment ink, it can take a bit longer to dry. You can speed up the process by hovering over the image with your craft heater or just setting it aside while you work on a different part of your project. Now also consider this, when you are stamping a lined image like my cute rocking horse here and you plan to color it in with the blending pen using our dye-based ink, it is always best to stamp the outline image that's shown here in black and then color the image with the blending pen and dye ink from your dye-based ink pad, or you can also use an alcohol-based marker like the Shinhan Touch Twin markers offered by Close to My Heart. Doing so will keep that lined image crisp and you'll preserve more fine detail and colored hue. You can see on my other card here I've got this lush, rich option that I've stamped in pigment ink, my fun butterfly, and then I have colored it in using the blending pen and my dye-based inks. So you absolutely can mix and match your inks to get your fingers inky. You can make your selection based on whatever your preference is and your need of projects. Now you can find these and all the other great products I've mentioned through your independent, Close to My Heart consultant.